Welcome back to our channel, Hume's Little Homestead. For anybody new, we want to say thank you for stopping by our channel. I'm Katie, and this is Emmett, and we have 4 other kids at school right now, and my husband is Ryan. Thank you so much for stopping by our channel. We appreciate it. We are going to be planting garlic. I talked a little bit about it on our video yesterday with the sourdough. Our sourdough bread worked and it tastes good. You liked it, huh, bud? It was so good. You want to show them a garlic? We're going to be planting our garlic today. But before we do that, it is still a bit chilly outside and I am waiting for the hose to unfreeze around 11 noonish. It should be unfrozen and I can use that to just water the garlic. So I'd like to plant it and water it at the same time. Before that, I have a little craft to do with you all. It's a little turkey craft. I didn't come up with this idea. I saw it online on Pinterest. I'm not a huge user of Pinterest, but I've seen this craft floating around Facebook the past couple of years, and I've made them before. And what you will need is some construction paper. It's kind of stuck in this box. Construction paper. I got a bunch of different colors. You know what? I'm going to put a picture of the craft we're doing right here, and then I'll show you all of the supplies. I'm going to use clear cups. I think you could use any if you wanted to paint them, or you could get creative. And then the construction paper for the feathers. Some googly eyes. Scissors. Some glue. I'm just using school glue. I think you'll need some kind of liquid glue. I wouldn't use a glue stick. I don't think a glue stick would work good. So any kind of liquid glue would probably work just fine. And then some candy to fill the turkeys up. I wanted to buy, when we discussed at our primary meeting, so this is an activity for our primary kids. Our kids at our church are from ages 3 years old to 11 years old. So we're going to be doing this craft with them. So I need to test it out and make sure I have good instructions, and I'm going to cut a whole bunch of leaves for them so they can just glue and not have to worry about cutting the leaves. I think I'm going to take some fun scissors for the older kids if they want to put fun edging on their leaves. I have those really fun craft scissors that make different designs. Anyway, I need to test this craft out, and when we had our meeting for the candy that we were going to fill, I was looking for, they wanted me to find the autumn colors like the candy corn with the little pumpkins, and I just couldn't find any of that autumn candy corn. Maybe I should have looked at the dollar store. I was just at Walmart and I just got all the supplies at Walmart because I was there. But we went ahead with Whoppers because it will make the clear cups, it'll be brown and it'll look pretty cute. So let's make this, Emmett. You ready to make one? Yeah, okay. So this would be a good craft for anyone for around the holidays if you have kids visiting, or, you know, when family comes to visit. It'd just be a fun little activity to do with your little ones if you're going. finished up with bagging all the parts for the kids to make this cute craft. Turns out it was not as simple as I thought it was gonna be, but anyway, I've got all the parts in there. I ended up making 20 bags, so I hope the kids enjoy this craft and it will be fun. I hope they don't get frustrated with the glue. By the time you see this, I'm sure you'll have solutions for me in the comments, but by the time you see this, we would have already done the craft. So what I'm hoping is that the pieces don't slide down like they were sliding down when I first tried, and I was like, oh my goodness, I should have tested this before the activity because it's today and I can't go buy anything else right now. We just have to work with what we have. So anyway, I'm hoping that it goes well. Now it's time to go plant some garlic. Before we go out, I'm going to discuss with you how to plant garlic because I was a little confused myself last year. So when you have garlic, I should have left one in a clove. They grow in a clove all together. And when you get your garlic seed, it's going to come in as a clove like that. So you're going to pull them all apart. Carefully pull them all apart, and you want to try and keep as much of the paper on as you can. And the question is, which direction do you plant the garlic? So the bottom of the clove has these little, it's because you might not, they might not, this one's sprouting, so you can see this one is sprouting and you can see the little sprouts. So you would know to plant it up and down like this. But if they don't have a sprout on them, this one's not sprouted. You can see the way it was on the garlic clove. You can see here that it was in the bunch and it was up and down like this on the bunch, and that's how the garlic was growing out of it. And when they pulled up the garlic bunch, that's how it was growing. And you want to plant it one clove will produce a bunch for you. So you just take one clove, and where it was attached to its bunch, you can see that's where the roots are going to grow. And it's going to form a new garlic bunch. And then in the spring and early summer, I got mine in July last year. I harvested in July, so that's midsummer. So you can start harvesting early summer, but I got mine in July, and you just pull them out and they'll be little garlic cloves for you. So the other thing I wanted to discuss was, should I even try growing this from the store? And my opinion on this is, if we were in hard times and you weren't able to order your seed, like this year I forgot to order garlic seed because of, you know, some of the trials we were handling in our own life. Garlic was not at the forefront of my mind. So I didn't order garlic this time. And in hard times, if there's no garlic to order, why not just try growing it from the store? Last year I had success with growing some onions from the store. I had bought those, I think I have some in my fridge right now. What are the odds? I totally do. So I had onions like this, and they are going bad. And I planted them, and they grew really well, and they were actually one of the most hardy things in my garden last year. And on some of our garden tours and when I show what's growing in our garden, I mentioned these are the onions from Safeway that I planted. So if we don't have food, if food is hard to come by, you can grow things from the store. I'm not saying seed companies aren't a good thing, or not to buy from the seed company and to only buy from the grocery store and plant stuff from the grocery store, but I'm saying that you'd be surprised at what you can grow from the grocery store. Like these, since they're going bad right now, if I would go plant them outside, I'm sure that I would have major success with these onions again, like I did last year when I did that, just a funny experiment. I wouldn't say funny, I just did an experiment because they're sold with the roots on them, so I was curious if they would grow. And they did grow into really large onions, alliums. And so These were not marketed as garlic seed, but my garlic was going bad, so why not? I'm gonna go ahead and give it a shot and see if these will grow. So, all right, let's go plant them. I'm just going to dig a small hole with this tool right here, and then I'm going to, what I did last year that worked really well with the garlic is I mounded them up, and I've got steer manure and rabbit manure to use, and I'm gonna mound that up over the planted garlic. And last year I also used straw. I'm not going to do that this year. The straw caused weeds and problems for me, so I'm not going to use the straw. But I am going to mound it with the steer manure and the rabbit manure, and I'm going to continue to mound it up throughout the season. So, all right, let's go plant some garlic. We're out here in the garden now, and the way we have it set up is all the water runs down in these rows and fills up this last row here. And I planted a lot of herbs along here, and the chamomile is actually reseeding itself. I'm super excited to see this. So I have given the chamomile this corner, and I'm hoping for it to take over. And then we've got oregano, and then I'm going to plant some garlic in between this oregano and parsley. And then we have parsley and parsley, and I'm going to plant garlic in between there. And then I saw a really pretty butterfly over here. I think it's gone now. Oh, there it is. Look how pretty that butterfly is. It's so little, but it's really pretty. And then parsley and parsley. And so in between all of these herbs, I'm going to be putting garlic. And I was hesitant to do it this way last year because I didn't want it getting too wet, like I mentioned previously. But I found that where I had it last year, it was too dry and it did not get enough water. So I'm going to experiment and try this out. Where I had it last year, it is coming back. I have not watered it at all, but it is coming back and it looks pretty good. The chickens got in here after I had mounted it up again. But here's where it's coming back, and I'm really excited about it. But the chickens just keep getting in here, and they're in chicken jail right now. They're not allowed out of their coop right now because of it. So anyway, this is where I had the garlic last year. And it just didn't have enough flow. It didn't have enough water. Yep, that's our garlic. Do you see it? That's the garlic that came back from last year. Oh. Yeah. And it kind of got scattered because the chickens kicked it up everywhere. Our asparagus is doing well. I didn't trim it back. I just decided to leave it and see what it would do this year. So it's brown now, but I'm super happy to see a lot of it. And right now we don't have our water hooked up, so if I want to water it, I'll need to hand water it, which I think I will be watering it real soon. Well, everyone, that's how I plant my garlic, and I did it last year that way, and it worked really well. So I ended up having a lot more. So I made 2 rows on this back row right here. And anyway, what I'll do is as it starts to grow, I will continue to mound it higher and higher. So as it sprouts out, then I'll add another layer of either rabbit manure, steer manure, or I also had composted mulch. I'll add layers and layers and layers, and as the garlic is growing taller, we'll layer it up, and it should work out really well. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. We hope that you are enjoying our content, and if you are, we would really appreciate it if you hit the like button and if you would subscribe to our channel. Thanks so much. Have a wonderful day. Bye. Yeah.